Alrighty. It's that time once again.
Respect the day. Soup for everyone. We've just begun.
Go ahead and reset all these. Looks like a pretty low float, but this has been heavily pressured. Good morning, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, this has a pretty big downtrend to it. Good morning to Lightspeed. Good morning, Larry the Lobster. Good morning. So yeah, even just pulling up Voxel here, I'll go ahead and show this real quick. So the registrations, they have a lot of shelf registrations recently. Right, a lot of these were even just from last year. So having 3 in such a short period, not quite ideal. Also kind of matches the downtrend we've been seeing. Just a lot of dilution. Looking at the level 2 for Voxel as well. Level 2 is very thickly traded. So the float is certainly not, or the shares outstanding certainly isn't the 950,000 that it's saying. It's definitely higher. Good morning, Sergeit. Hope you're all doing well. If you haven't already, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button. I see 4 of you already have. I do appreciate that. I thank you very much for that. But yeah, I mean, as for Voxel, I don't really like it, knowing that it's got all this dilution pressure on it. And it's already kind of made the move. So ideally, I would like to see something newer pop up, right, top of the hour or something, but we're about 5 minutes in, and I don't see anything. So it looks like it might just be another slower day. All right, we got CIGL, but again, this just kind of popped up, probably on some kind of earnings, if I had to guess. Oh, it's a merger. Yeah, Hong Kong company merger. Probably don't want to mess with this one. So I think we're just chilling. I don't really think I want to engage with this too much here. quite late into the move. We don't actually have news on this either. So that's not great either. So if anything, I suppose it would just be like a short squeeze. Whoa, good morning, Flip Flop. You're on time. You're actually here. Yeah, I do got to be cautious. Had a not a big red day, but not a small red day either. So, got to try and be more efficient today, even if it means cutting a little early. Yeah, let's make some money. I mean, my first goal was not to lose a bunch of money. Second goal was to make some money. But yes, of course. On the bright side, this company hasn't had a prospectus for about a little less than 4 months. So at least in terms of dilution pressure, assuming that pressure has already been done, like on this final move even down, you could argue that this is overextended, right? They haven't diluted for about 3 or 4 months. So they've got that going for them. So with that in mind, maybe there is a stronger thesis on a short squeeze, right? Like, daily, this is oversold, anticipating dilution, and that dilution hasn't come, it seems. Just slightly smaller size, Larry. 4 and 8%, right? Half size is 4% of the account. Full size is 8%. It's a little less than yesterday. Yesterday was 5 and 10. Also, I was looking at the math. So it looks like right now with the premium that I have, I'm getting a little over $1 per day from passive income from the account value. So it might not seem like much, but if I even go flat on the month, that's going to add up. So nice little cushion to give me some sale. But of course, I don't want to make my money from passive income. It's more just an extra benefit. Hmm. I want to check something. Yeah, this could be interesting to note. So just looking at yesterday, whenever I got smoked on ELAB, right, we had this huge sell-off. I'm looking at the filings, right? And this could be something that I should focus more on. This had a lot of prospectuses for it. Make sure you can actually see it before I keep going. Yeah, okay, you can see it. So it's had a lot of filings, and notably they were more recent, like, right, January, December. So this put a lot more headwind on any pop being diluted, right? If we go back like 20 days, it could be the case that they were waiting to sell for any kind of pop or news, and it looks like they might have just done that here. But if we go to Voxel now, right, and we go ahead and pull up Voxel, they also have a lot of prospectuses here. But the key thing is that these dates are much older, right? You're not talking about a 1 month old prospectus. You're talking about like a 4 month old or a 3 month old. And these ones are also spaced out a little bit more. So this one isn't diluted as heavily, and it's a bit older. So yeah, I think that even though this does have, I mean, it has the prospectuses, so there is always that potential for dilution. I think the odds are much lower. Or rather, they've already done the dilution and there isn't much left. Don't like Voxel either, no news? Yeah. Well, like I said, no news on it. It's pretty late into the move. It's likely just some kind of short squeeze momentum, if I had to guess. Just simply looking at the level 2, it's very, very thick, over 10,000 on the bid and ask. And for a stock that claims to only be 1 million shares outstanding, it's definitely not. So I don't know what the actual float is. I would assume it's probably closer, like, I mean, I'm just guessing based off the level 2, but maybe a 5 million shares outstanding. But certainly not under 1 million. No way. And yeah, this is, considering I had the red day yesterday, I really only want to take a trade today if it's a very high quality. I don't want to really mess around with edge cases so much. Or rather, even just taking higher risk. Like, I was willing to hold that trade yesterday. You got to understand too, yesterday, I was on a green streak where I was getting rewarded quite a bit. I was on like a 6-day green streak or something. So when I was still seeing signals to hold, to me, I don't think there was anything wrong with me attempting that. Yeah, it says 833K float. I mean, yeah, you can even see it here on mine. It says 850,000 or 950,000 shares outstanding. I'm telling you now, like, no, not financial advice. It is definitely not an 833,000 share float. That is definitely not the case. I'm telling you, it's not. Not financial advice. Well, I mean, I can pull it. Okay, I'll pull it up real quick. I don't think there's anything wrong with me just flashing it. Look at this level 2. It's stacked on both sides, okay? So there's, just from my experience, there is no way when you have over 10,000 shares on each side, and even just looking at the price action, this level of churn for this much volume is an immediate tell to me that this is a higher float. It's not under 1 million. I assure you it's not. Biggest problem with Voxel, in my opinion, is the huge volume traded 2 weeks ago. That's a lot of bag holders pushing price to the downside. Yeah, I mean, I suspect, looking at the daily, I can pull it up, right? You've got all of this, and this is very likely dilution, right? There were 3 different prospectuses for secondary offerings. So these were likely this distribution here. I don't know how much of it. And there is the argument that because it's been about 3 or 4 months since that offering, maybe they've finished, and maybe there could be people who have been short this that are getting squeezed now, right? This started to slow down for about the last several weeks. So there is some potential there. And I respect that. I respect that signal. Above 253, it could create a short squeeze. My concern is that the float is so low, though. So if this does squeeze, I don't anticipate it will squeeze very much. Or at least the odds are low. Right, even this, like, you're getting over 1 million volume just to move 10, 15 cents. To me, that's okay. There certainly seems to be buying momentum here. Yeah, the level 2 is so thick. Like, I'm even sometimes I'm seeing like 40, 50,000 on the spread sometimes. FEED is popping. I don't really know how much I trust it. All right, we've got a little bit of volume coming in here. No news. Probably a dud. Yeah, doesn't look like it has a high chance of doing anything. This hasn't had news for like 3 or 4 days either, so you could argue, I suppose, you're looking at some kind of continuation of this, but still doesn't seem very likely. I guess. I mean, we did pop up. We held this level, so you could be starting to see the curl happen. This could be potential for a continuation play from this. Pretty unlikely, but at least should consider it. It's a big tug of war. Thought you may have taken that push off the 9 EMA through the current high of day at 196 at 7:16 a.m. Boxel. No, I get it. Yeah. I get it. It looks like a nice clean setup, right? Like you're clearly consolidating here. My issue is the fundamentals aren't lining up well. All right, this is clearly a very high float. That's one red flag. No news. That's another red flag. I'm really looking for something that meets a lot more of my criteria. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't even considering trading this. Third thing, too, is we're pretty late into the move already. Feed's starting to get more momentum here. Some more volume. Again, no news. My best bet would be just that this is a continuation from like 10 days ago with this. There is an argument for it because it is holding at this level. Good morning, just watching today. Good luck, everyone. Oh, I appreciate you stopping by, though, Skivon. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be more selective today. What's my float showing? It's showing 833. So Boxel, I'm on Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim does not show float; it shows shares outstanding. It says the shares outstanding is 950,000. Right? It shows it right here. You should be able to see it, right? Do you? Oh, I need to check. I think you can see it, but I'm not 100% on that actually. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that. So I don't see float, but float is tradable shares. And when I look at the float, or when I look at the level 2, and I see there's over 10,000, sometimes upwards of 50,000 on the bid and ask, that is not an 800,000 share float. Okay, you don't see, what would that be? 1/16. You don't see like 7% of float on the bid and ask. That's not a thing. Okay, that's way too much for this. So this company, and this is what I was saying earlier, this company does have a lot of prospectuses they have put out over the last year. We had one even in October. So my suspicion is simply that they've diluted and haven't updated the float. In general, I think looking at the level 2 is a good way to tell if the float is low or high. You can look at what the data is telling you, like what's being reported, but I find that many times, especially for these repeat diluters, it's not a very great signal. Like, you need to confirm it directly. Feed locates are very expensive, and they are likely still there's likely still shorts from previous days. Plus, float is only 1 milli. Yeah, I mean, like I said, so we'll go back to feed. Feed, it's saying only 1 million shares outstanding for this one. Like Flip Flop said, this had squeezed recently. This was kind of my thesis too, is that this could be potentially a continuation because this looks like it's holding well above its previous level. If he's saying that shorts are still difficult to get, and I mean, I'll even look at the level 2 data. Let's see how much of the spread we got. So level 2 is looking significantly thinner. Right, so this tells me that this isn't nearly as diluted. Like we can look at the filings for feed as well, just out of curiosity. Let's see how much they've diluted this stock. Okay, so they got filings as well, quite a bit. Looks like around October through December. So a little bit recent, but not super. And that kind of lines up with, again, the fact that this stock has just been trending down. This is, okay, it looks like they IPO'd a reverse split or something. Because this is back from December, and I have data from in October, so they must have did a merger or something. But this thing just died. Like, holy crap. Like, it just merged or IPO'd or something, and just went straight down to $1 before spiking. Interesting. Yeah, daily chart looks great on feed for sure. Yeah, oh yeah, this is what I want to invest in. Look at that. Oh yeah, beautiful. Merger complete, straight to the ground. Now, I think I don't really like feed, but I think it's the best opportunity of the day so far. I think Boxel was overdone and has a suspiciously high float. At least feed, to me, looks like it has a lower float. And it has more reason to go up. So, yeah, 75,000. And I want you to think about this, okay? This is really, really important. Look at this. So we had 75,000 shares of volume on this. It was a little more at the close, but on the push up, there was about 75,000 shares of volume. So 97 to 27. So that's about a 30-cent move on 75,000 shares of volume. Now look at Boxel. Boxel had 1.5 million shares of volume, and it moved from 89 to 207. Okay, so 18-cent move for 1.5 million shares of volume. 30-cent move for 75,000 shares of volume. Right? It looks clear to me that at least feed has a lower float. Like, I could actually believe that feed is under 1 million. Yeah, getting some significant volume inflow. If there really is short still in this, according to the short locates, then this could experience some pain, right? If this is actually curling. Looks like we got resistance around the 383 level. So that looks like the first big wall, if we get to it. Don't like the EMA 200 at 358 for feed and without news. Yeah. The no news is a big hit too, right? Like I said, this is purely a continuation move from the last few days, which is why I'm at least giving it some confidence. If this move was happening, like, say, here, when there was no news to it, then it'd be weaker. But this does read to me as more of a potential for a continuation. But I do agree with you. That, like, it would be much stronger if there was actually news pushing this. Certainly. And honestly, I'm kind of okay if we don't get any great movers today, because today is more of recalibration, just making sure that I'm doing things appropriately, making logical decisions. So to me, even if we're getting these kind of crappy setups, it's giving me a chance to kind of make sure I know what I'm doing. This has been a nice run, though. 270 up to 330. Almost 340. I mean, that's like a 60-70 cent run. It's a good bit. Boxel bleeding down a bit here. Feed just crossed the 1 million in volume this morning. So it's turned over its float once so far. Yeah. Yeah, the volume has certainly increased. I have seen some sellers showing up at around 327, 330. I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, you can see all the topping tails here, so that checks out. All right, we're at the half hour. Nothing traded so far. By the way, I'm not sure why. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the two stocks I traded yesterday are still here for some reason. They didn't go away. I'm not really sure why. Like, I don't have any positions, so I don't know why they're still showing up here. The morning I finally wake up on time and nothing is happening. Gah, nothing to short. Yeah. Looking like a slower day, at least the first half hour. We'll see. Multiple failed attempts up here. Looks like we had what was just a new 1 minute high, potentially trapping longs into this sudden flush. Good morning, Avder. Here's the pull on fees. Keep an eye on feed. Short could be about to happen. Yeah, quite high volume on this push down. It's not so much higher than the move up, but it is notably higher. If I were to buy for a bounce, probably be like 280s. Interesting, it went straight from basically 340 down to 3. So 40-cent drop there. So anyone trying to buy that 1 minute high didn't do so well. You could have bought at 3 for a bounce. Would have got about 10 cents out of it. That would have been... I think that would have been too risky, though. What do you... Flip-flop, what do you mean by a pull on fees? Are you saying... And you said you were tempted to go long. Are you saying that the short fee just suddenly dropped? Meaning that people were covering or something? Because that'd be interesting if that was the case. Yeah, we really don't have anything else moving at the half hour, do we? Nothing. Very nice recovery on this. I mean, you rugged 40 cents, but you recovered basically all of it within 3 minutes. So this stock is showing it has range to it. Okay, you meant fee. You meant feed, okay. I thought maybe you meant that, but like I wasn't sure. No, yeah, you're good. Imagine going long here and getting stopped out just to see this go back up. You know it's happened to somebody. This was definitely a shakeout. EVTV with news, but nothing. Okay. Okay, I mean, you're right. It does have news. Popped and immediately pulled back. Does have shelf registrations, but they're a bit older. Back from like August. It's much older. Level 2 looks pretty thin on it. All my criteria aligned. SMH. Yeah. Kicking myself. I saw the entry on feed and saw clearly, just didn't pull the trigger. I feel that. Saw the $3 level, but didn't take the long. I had been really focused on shorting pre-market in this account. Yeah, I get that. Snooze is like, it's okay. It's nothing really crazy though. This seems like a neutral to just slightly bullish catalyst, if anything. Don't really know if it should justify this. Certainly interesting. Yeah, shares outstanding is a bit higher on it too. Also, even this volume's quite light. Yeah, neutral catalyst, volume's kind of light. Not really ideal. Still an impressive move. You got like 25 cents a share there. That's an okay bounce. I say bounce, it's an okay surge. For that volume, it does seem a bit low though. Still watching feed on the side. We big 376 on feed. Whoa, fellas, it could be game on. Yeah, I was looking at 383 in particular. That looked like a clearer resistance, but yeah, around 376 to 383, somewhere in that range is a clear resistance wall. Really dead day so far. Good morning. Yeah, I mean, no trades today, but I haven't really even had a setup I was attempting yet. Right? It's been 0 out of 0. I haven't even attempted to take a trade yet. I just haven't seen anything. We're getting a bit close on feed during this breakdown, but I would have wanted to see another 20-cent drop from it, and I would like to have seen this volume go down too. So it was getting a little close, but not quite where I wanted to see it. Yeah, I haven't even really considered front side moves lately either. It's just, I only want to take the front side if there's something incredibly strong. Like, it almost has to be perfect alignment with what I'm looking for. And I just haven't really seen that. Yeah, just looking like a slower day. Go ahead and move this over here. Play some tunes while we wait.
Yeah. 7 a.m. screens are bright, I'm locking in. Respect the chat, let the show begin. I'm blazing trails, cutting through the tide. Just here to show you what's on the inside. I'm the captain, watch me train. I'm doing it my way, the path I've made. Don't take my trades, don't do what I do. Just showing what is possible for you, for you.
Yeah.
Flip-flops with me.
Gotta do something. Like it's so boring right now.
Let the rhythm guide. Nutritious and delicious soup is a sign. Today the soup is yours and mine. The captain is on deck. What the heck? He's gonna get your feet wet. Don't spill the soup while I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm the captain, watch me train. I'm doing it my way, the path I've made. Don't take my trades, don't do what I do. Just showing what is possible for you, for you. Respect the deck. Soup for everyone. We've just begun.
Why does this keep popping up on this side? It's annoying. So interesting how this breakdown, similar intensity of this, but the volume is lower on this breakdown. Quite interesting. All right, this candle was not very high volume relative to this. It does appear, though, that this wall is much bigger than it looked, right? You had a rejection here initially. It rallied back, and it looks like that same wall was really just still there. EVTV is just grinding here. Like, this news doesn't seem crazy to me. Feed breaking down a bit more. Still low volume. Possible rotation out of feed into EVTV. That could be something. Looking at daily. All right, you've got resistance just over 3 here. Beyond that, nothing really obvious to me. You've got some here at around like 265, but we already broke through that here. Even bounced off of that. On my scanner, EVTV appears at 238. And in Ross's scanner, it appears at 265. Big difference. That's certainly interesting. So you're saying it didn't show up on Ross's scanner until here? Would that be accurate? I mean, and it depends on Ross's scanner too, right? Because the thing is this volume is quite low. And Ross needs bigger volume to get in. So his scanners are configured to not find stocks until there's volume. So it could just be the case that Ross's scanners are configured to see more volume so that he's able to enter the trades. Right, because I was able to find this, or no, I found this, it came up on my scanners around here. One of you guys pointed it out to me right away. So no, I wasn't aware of this either the first few minutes. I was aware of this by like minute 4 or 5 on my scanners. All right, like my scanner didn't pick it up until about 4 minutes in. It's been in the top gain scanner for a while on Day Trade Dash. I do have a top... Okay, so technically, right, because I have my top gainer scanner as well. But I don't really use that to find stocks. I more so just... whenever I find a stock, I see what its position is on the top gainers. I don't really use it to look for top gainers. Like, I don't go scrolling through these. But that's fair. If you were looking at the top gainer scanner, you could have found that pretty quickly. But that would mean just monitoring the same stocks over and over. Yep, 10 minutes till the top of the hour. Feels like a really slow day today. Hello, I'm a bit disgusted by yesterday. It was influenced by Ross and punched the buy button on MPT, was filled at the top and lost too much. Yeah. Honestly, I feel for you, Frederick, I do. In my opinion, that's what a lot of people do. Right? And anytime you have like NTP, and people were watching Ross, NPT, sorry. Oh wow, it actually rugged so hard. I thought this ended green, because I was watching it yesterday. I didn't know it actually sold all the way off. But yeah, I'll go to 1 minute. Just to look at it here. Because I traded this too, by the way. But not on this. But yeah, the thing is Ross, whenever you're watching someone you respect so much, and I respect Ross, right? When I was watching his live streams, like, while I didn't actually FOMO trade and copy him, I felt intense pressure to copy trade him. So, and I was saying this yesterday that because this was such a flashy move and Ross was getting in on this grind up, I'm almost sure that there was at least some people that caved to pressure and were buying in after him or buying the top or something, like warrior trading students buying some portion of this move up and stuck holding the bag as it crashed. Unfortunate, but like I said it yesterday, I do believe, I don't know how many people bought into it, but I believe at least some people did. And yeah, classic Ross moves. Well, no, here's the thing too with this. So this is a Chinese stock, low float. What likely happened here, and this is what I was saying yesterday, is that because you had a foreign stock that already had a low float, and then you had people like Ross buying into it, that's a huge volume surge. And for a lot of market makers, they don't want to take that risk. So what I think happened genuinely was the market makers said, screw it, we're all pulling our orders for the time being. And that just made Ross's like 50,000 order or whatever he bought just shoo, make this thing go straight up. Now, this was already moving somewhat before Ross bought, so I'm not actually even going to say that Ross caused this. I think Ross was probably a part of it. I don't know how big of a part, but it's clear that this was already being moved upward, and it's a Chinese stock, so manipulation could have been at play. But whatever the case was, all the total volume for buying was so massive that likely market makers pulled their orders. And so this created a huge FOMO incident for a lot of people. And I'm sure a lot of people ended up jumping on chasing Ross, or maybe not even chasing Ross, but just chasing this move. And a lot of them got burned for it. You were filled at 30. That's brutal, man. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. The worst part too is this was such a quick move. Wasn't this less than a minute? I mean, it was less than a minute, right? Because like this is a 1 minute candle. I don't know how quick it was, but I heard it was like as little as 10 seconds for this entire move. They ended up making a small bit of fortune. Remarkable. What did you sell at, Frederick? I'm just curious. You sold at $14.98. And the crazy thing too is it's like that's a 15-cent $15 per share loss. And like I would say that you held it too long, but look at how quickly this dropped. Like you literally only held 4 minutes, or I guess you could have sold here as well. But like you didn't hold that long. You only held a few minutes, but you lost 50% in a few minutes. Yeah, these kind of moves are brutal. My biggest sympathy goes out to you, man. It's very rough. I mean, I won't say what you should do. Like, it sounds like you were watching Ross, so you're probably a Warrior member or just watching the live stream. For me personally, and you do your own, but for me personally, I thought that watching the live stream gave me too much pressure to copy him. Like, if you wanted to watch him live, then I don't even think watching him live. If you wanted to see how he handles things in real times, and this is coming from someone who's taken the program, I would say that I personally would unsubscribe from the live streams and I would watch the mentorship program, right? Because with the mentorship program, he has a backlog of all of his live trades. So if you want to see him trade live, don't do it live where you have the FOMO to copy him. Do it with the mentor program where you can see his mentality trading live without the danger of you FOMOing and copying him. Fully agreed, yeah. What do I think of his course? I think he's a great person. I think he's a great educator. He's great at communicating ideas. He was sued for $3 million because he was advertising results that were not achievable, and he was misrepresenting results. The FTC did an investigation. Their findings from their investigation were that I think it was like, what, 74% of people lost money in the simulator, and to quote them, the vast majority of people that traded with real money after taking the Warrior Trading Program lost money. So knowing that most people lost money, I just came to the very natural conclusion, and I lost money too with the program, by the way. But knowing that most people lost money, I came to the conclusion that it is just not worth it to buy it. Right? You can watch all of his content for free on YouTube, and I feel like you can learn a lot that way. I still respect Ross tremendously as a person, but I don't think the course is good for becoming profitable. Like, just statistically, that does not seem to be the case. I do think that the course does give really good fundamentals, but again, like, you can learn that online. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars to do that. Feed did it again, went to $3 and bounced. Yeah. So I was a little bit tempted to buy this dip because on this breakdown, and I had pointed it out, this volume was lower than this push down. All right, if you're just comparing this volume profile to this one, the volume on this push down was actually lighter than this push. So that looked bullish to me, but didn't look quite clean enough. So again, I passed on it. I might have gotten stopped out here, honestly. So it's probably a good thing I didn't touch it. Awesome insight. Thanks. I agree. Yeah. And again, like, I love Ross as a person. I think he's a great teacher. It's just, I don't think that that particular course converts people to profitability well. And that's just based off the data. So like, knowing that, I can't really in good conscience say, yeah, I think this is a great product. Sure, I lost thousands of dollars with it. And sure, most people lost money with it. But Ross is just such a great guy. I can't do that. Man, it's so boring though. There's just like, feed is certainly interesting, but I don't like that we're doing this continuation move with no news. All right, well, we're at the top of the hour, so we'll see if anything new comes up. I did the 2-week trial, and I remember it was really difficult to trade while watching him. Whenever I saw him entering a trade, I felt I should be doing too. I agree, too much pressure to copy him. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, Sergey, I think that's the experience a lot of people have, myself included. And I mean, if you have 1,000 people watching Ross, or 5,000, or whatever it is now, I know it was at one point upwards of 5,000. If you have 5,000 people watching you, and you buy a stock, and there's that much pressure to copy, you know. All right, let's get on it here. See if we got anything coming up. MMA is moving. It's a bit cheaper though. I don't really want to mess with this. It does have news. McSmarto Eric's group expands digital finance strategy through partnerships with Donald J. Trump Jr. and World Liberty Financial. I mean, this is actually kind of a strong headline. It looks very spicy. I am new to the channel. Do you show your live trades or what you're thinking about a stock? Yes, everything. So I have like 4 different strategies I'm doing right now. I'm only documenting one on this channel, but I've made it a point that I only show the results for this strategy I'm using. So for this strategy, we're on day 18. I started the account here with $5,000, and the account is currently at $5,038. That's after commissions, because I paid like $49 in commissions last month. front-loaded cost for Webull. So gross was like $84 last month. I'm basically flat on the month this month because I had a red day yesterday, had a green day on Monday. But yes, I show everything. During, what was it? During like the first week or two, I was sometimes trading off stream, but I decided just to keep things transparent, I'm not taking any trades in this account off stream. It's all on stream. Just to keep things valid. I swear I've seen that headline before on MMA. Really? I do like this. I like this news. I really do. It just sucks that this is a cheaper stock. Nothing but junk, yeah. Today definitely does feel like a lower quality day. I'm curious if this actually will evolve into something, or if this just rolls over. Like, me looking at this, this does sound like a strong headline. I'm surprised it's not holding up better. I mean, you did get a bounce here, right? You bounced from 90 cents to 96. So there was a bounce potential. I don't have enough faith to take this trade, but I do think this news could actually result in something. EVGN. Okay, this looks interesting. We got news. Shanghai. Okay. Israel, really? Okay. I saw Shanghai, so I assumed Chinese. No, this is an Israel stock. Israel stock with Chinese news. Can you think of a worse combination for dangerous setups? Okay, low float. Not a lot of volume. The spread is pretty thin on this. I said low float. It's more like a moderate float. 8.7 million shares outstanding. Let me look at the filings for EVGN. Okay, no secondary offerings recently. They did a lot in 2024 and early 2025, but they haven't filed anything for over 5 months. So no recent headwinds, and that kind of matches the daily chart. But the daily chart also looks very grindy, which might make sense considering the higher float. This news is okay. Licensing agreement. This is okay news. Like, I would say this is even good news. $200 EMA at 137. Yeah. So it's got some room to run. Not huge volume. This has surprising range to it though, right? 105 to 120. That's pretty big range. Could be maybe something to it. I'm not sure. The volume is still quite low. If we take a moment, though, to go back to MMA, just to show. This one did fully reject, so MMA, full reversal. Good morning. Just found the stream. Good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, it's been a slower day, so no trades for me yet. Ooh, MMA. What the hey? Wow. Brutal on that. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like we've just had such a low quality morning. The volume's been lighter on a lot of these moves, too. Realistically, I think feed's been our best opportunity. Maybe EVTV is a close second. But these moves just haven't been ideal. Considering I took that loss yesterday, I'm really wanting to make sure I'm taking high quality trades today. So I don't want to jump in anything like this where it's a little more shaky. MMA has registered 50 million worth of shelf in January. That sounds about right. Let me take a look at it, just out of curiosity. I didn't want to touch it anyway because it was a lower float. But let's see. Yep, you're correct. So, right here, we got 2. Let's take a look at it. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. But let's see. It should be right around, like, the next page or so. Okay, they didn't put it at the top. Normally they put it at the top. I'll find it here in a second. Oh, look away at EVGN. Rugs while I'm looking at the stock. Or at the filings. I want to see this 50 million though, because that sounds crazy if true. Okay, here it is, yeah. So this is the prospectus they filed. According to this, it's not 50 million. I'm seeing 4.6 million. Well, let me check something else here. So that's from this prospectus. For, I'm assuming it was this, but I'm not 100%. Because it looks like they have 2 different ones. Like, actually, this was F3. They've got 2 different shelf registrations. There's an F3 and an F1. Which one is this for? Okay, what's the F1? 19 million. Or 18 million. Okay, so I'm not seeing where you're getting $50 million. Okay. Okay, so you're not talking shares, you're talking dollars. But still, fair. I mean, it's still, just regardless, it's disastrous, right? Yeah, so, especially because they just did that recently, they probably put out this news, immediately hit with dilution. But yeah, totally. It's very likely, yeah, they already had the prospectuses out, so they were allowed to sell at demand. So they probably put out the news, immediately started selling into this pump up. This is a very, very high chance this is dilution pushing it down. Well, I just read the news, didn't check the details on BAM SEC or anything. Yeah. Who could have predicted that a mixed martial arts and Donald Trump Jr. news wouldn't take off? Well, no, I actually think this news was like anything that's saying that you have some sort of finance strategy with the Trump family. Like, that's something that you should like respect as a potential candidate to move a stock, regardless of whether the things have something in common, just because that's such a powerful entity. But yeah, I think the dilution totally killed any momentum it had. PAVM. Closes preferred stock and senior secured note financings. Eliminating all previously outstanding convertible securities. I mean, that's a strong catalyst. Yeah. They had some prospectus back in early 2025, but nothing recent. So at least in terms of recent pressure, there isn't a lot. And the fact that they're closing it. No, this feels actually kind of bullish to me. Went to 26. No, yeah, this is quite a good candidate. And it kind of sucks that it popped up here with low volume. So we're a bit extended. Yeah, less than a milli float. Today's been lackluster. Hmm. Located shares just in case. I like Pavum. I do like Pavum here. The problem is that this volume is abysmally low. But no, this is a pretty strong catalyst. No headwinds. Clean daily chart. Well, okay, it's not actually the most clean. I was looking at it too zoomed in. Still not a terrible daily chart. Spread is very, 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 very big on this stock, though. I mean, I like EVTV. I don't like Voxel. Feed looks like it's kind of on the backside. Definitely keeping an eye on Pavum gets over the 200 at 15, has room to 28.44. Yeah, I mean, Pavum at least looks thinly traded, and if it gets volume, this thing could move. I'm over here yawning like crazy. This feels like last November. Oh my god, November was horrible. No catalyst currently, though. Yeah. November was, yeah, November was so rough. Possible reversal happening on EVTV. I don't know. Maybe. It's certainly in a range right now. What platform do I trade on? So I'm executing my orders on Webull. I have Thinkorswim for my charting and scanners. I do have an order out for this, by the way. I won't say what price, but it's not super close right now. I would almost be interested in trading this on the front side if we had better volume, but it's just so dry. Light is popping. Only $509 a share. Light. Is that like Litecoin? Like the crypto? Or is that something else? No, it's a stock. Just checked. EPT reversal underway. I mean, maybe. Like, I don't know. It could be curling right now. Like, to me, I'm neutral with it, right? Like, we've bounced off of this area. We've made a higher low. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 if this is going up or down. Like, it doesn't really seem like it's going one way or the other. Okay. Decent movement. So we did this entire curl on like no volume. Volume starts coming in here. Yeah. Can we get something with some range, please, gods? Yeah, no, it's... I was actually just thinking that. A lot of these stocks are like penny stocks. Legit $1 stocks that are just... This entire range, it looks impressive, but this is like 12 cents. The thing is, too, the cheaper the stock you trade, the more brutal that spread is to cross. All right, crossing a one spread cent on a dollar per share stock, you're taking a 1% loss just to take the trade. Versus if you do that on like a $10 stock, you're taking a 0.1% loss. So it's much better. So if you're taking a guaranteed 1 cent loss, and the max value you could have got from this was like probably 10 cents. It's not really ideal. Today is Ross's birthday. Everyone wish Ross a happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ross. Hopefully he doesn't repeat his massive, massive loss that he had that one year. I suck at those thickly traded stocks, yeah. Yeah, I don't do very well on lower price stocks either, so I tend to avoid them. I'm continuing to kind of bleed down. Still pushing this 1040 area. It's held it, surprisingly. Yeah, this is shown to have quite a bit of range. Actually, it looks like these are halts. Yeah, okay, so this stock has been halting a lot lately. Yeah. There's 42 of us in here. Let's hit the like. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want, hit the like button. I will never demand that you hit the like button or be upset if you don't. If you like the stream, then you can like the stream. Also, if you're new here and you want to see me trade more, I do stream every day, regardless if I win or lose. Today isn't a great example because it's much slower, so no trades so far. It seems like we could even be entering a colder stretch. Right, we had one other no trade day. What was it, last Friday? Yeah, last Friday I took no trades too. And I think before that, I haven't had a no trade day in like a month. You're up 5 cans of soup. That's more than me, Skivon. Ross still has nightmares about the 275k loss. Yeah. Click like or the mod will ban you. That's right. If you don't click the like button, you're getting banned. I do appreciate anybody who leaves a like, but no pressure. I guess we can go ahead and put out a poll while we're waiting, just out of curiosity. You just like, thank you. Thank you, Bobby. All right, here's a poll for everybody. And again, just to clarify, I have taken no trades. I don't know why the trades from yesterday are showing up on my Webull. Like, normally these clear at the start of each day, but they haven't for some reason. But I have not taken a trade today. I mean, if I had to make a prediction, I'm just going to say I think most people have not taken a trade today. Or at least it's going to be higher than normal. No trades, everything stinks to me. Yeah. Liked for exponential gains. I mean, hey, even if I take no trades today, today is a green day for me, right? You got to remember, I'm getting that passive income. Any money I don't use in this account generates passive income. So I'm making like $1.20 or something like that minimum today regardless. So today will be a green day if I don't trade. Okay, so over half or roughly half have not taken a trade today. That's very, very interesting. Okay. Yeah, so it seems that does make me feel a little better to see that I'm not alone here. Yeah, over 60% of you haven't traded. Welcome to the no trade gang. I need range. When I get in something, I need to be up 20 cents instantly. Yeah, and I mean, like, what was it? Was it EVGN? Was it this one? Yeah, it's like, okay, sure, this is getting some momentum now. But even like from this range here, you're talking like maybe 10-cent range, and this is already quite big range. And you're looking at maybe 10 cents max, if you timed this perfectly. Like, the thing is I always try to incorporate that I'm not going to time it perfectly. So, like, realistically, maybe I capture a third of this. So I would have gotten like 3 cents out of this trade if I traded the front side. BDRX. Okay, hold on. We got something here. BDRX. All right. We got news at the half hour. Announces exclusive license. Okay, this is quite a beaten up stock. What the hell? 5 different prospectuses? Okay. Yeah. The registrations look extremely suspicious here. And those were filed a month ago. I mean, it was a month ago. I would have been here. So, I mean, true, the stock has bled, but I'm worried that there could be still something. Am I soup deprived this week? Let's get it. Yeah, I mean, currently I've had no soup. Like, my soup on the week is red. Stock has had several offering registrations in the last month. Yeah, I anticipate this rolls over. I like that it had news. It's a lower float. Unfortunately, though, there is offerings for it. The news isn't amazing either. We kind of just got pushed straight down. Horrid. 50-cent flush on that. Yeah. Knowing that this stock had a shelf registration, plus knowing that the news was kind of iffy, right? Like John said, this news isn't great. Stock has a lot of headwinds. Doesn't look good. That's crazy though. A pop into an immediate hard rejection. It definitely seems like today being cautious is protecting me. So I gotta be thankful for that. Like it looks like I'm being risk adverse for not taking trades, but it seems like it has been protecting me. Very impressive recovery though, right? This is a 20-cent bounce from this low. Hold on, did we got a full reversal? A flush into a pop. How do I calculate shear size? I've been using a fixed 5% of my buying power. Yeah, I'm using similar, John. I do deviate it based off of my confidence levels as well as how much I'm up. So there are some things I do. Like I will size up if I'm on a streak, or I'll hold longer if I'm on a streak. And likewise, I'll size down if I'm not, or if I'm like recalibrating. Got your locates, never got a fill on that top. Theme of the day for me, no trades. I'm a bit curious how Weeble shorts work, because it doesn't look like you can actually locate and buy. You basically have to take the short when you want it. You cannot just like reserve shorts. AVG and rug. Ooh, I love a good rug. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected. I was honestly expecting this with this move, and I thought this was going to be the rug. Because you had this slow grind up on low volume. It's typically a bear trap, or a bull trap, sorry. I'm not at all surprised to see this rug. Yeah, I'm watching Pavum still, yeah. Weeble is first come, first serve on shorting. Yeah. How ugly. Yeah, so it looks like this 1030 level ended up holding. Still super low volume, so it's hard to trust. The news is very strong, though. Very strong news. They're currently not having anything for dilution. Look at this freaking range, though. What does the level 2 look like? Yeah, we've got a very casual 57-cent spread. Just a little spread. I mean, when you got the float so low and you got such a low share count, it makes sense the spread's going to be low. Yeah, I mean, 50-cent spread, you're taking on huge risk if you're going to try and aggressively buy this. You basically can't. Still, 71% of you guys haven't traded. I do feel a little more vindicated now. I was wondering if it was a me thing, but it definitely seems like it's just the market is being slow today. Right, and by the way, like a pump from 11 to 12 back to like 1060 on just a little under 20,000 shares. Show how it's done, Captain. Yeah, we'll see. Pavum button ready. Come on, Captain, slap it. Yeah, let me cross the 50-cent spread. That sounds like a great idea, guys. Yeah. What's my worst bag holding story, Captain? I had one really, really bad one where I like capitulated. It's like 4 years ago. I lost like several thousand. It was when I was really new to day trading. Like I had just gotten into it. Ross is also a no trade currently as well. Yeah. Candy tilting. Oh, how many trades has Candy taken? I do want to watch this because I do have a level in mind if I want to get in here. It's a ways away, but considering how much this is ranging, it could come to my entry pretty quick. Yeah, I do got a price here. Yeah, I don't actually know the short percentage. I don't have that readily available on this platform. Glad to see you didn't wet your toes today. Market is cricking. I don't know. Pavum is... I have a setup in mind for Pavum. We're getting closer to it. Okay, so we're pressuring this area again. This could have been volume to get people to go long so they can break this level and sell. This could have been a bull trap. That's kind of the thesis I have right now. No China boomskis today. I'm trying to see what Mr. Market Maker themes are today. It seems like the theme today is just slow. That's the theme, just slow. Yeah, we're at 840. Still no trades for me. EVTV bull flag forming? Question mark. I mean, it's holding. It does look like a descending wedge. So, I don't know. It looks a little bearish to me, but it's pretty close to neutral. Right? It is certainly holding that critical, like, 255-ish level. 260. Everyone here green today? It looks like we had some people green. Like, 21% green, 8% red. 71% no trade. So it seems like most people haven't traded today. We do have some red people. Yeah, no one trading yet. Only DJ Momentum made money. Well, no, one guy made money, right? Wasn't there a guy that made like 5 cans of soup? Who did that? Someone said they made soup today. Who's got the soup? Yeah, Skivon, you made the soup. Yeah. I am here with the soup. Skifon's got the soup, guys. Go get him. Take his soup. Baby size in rehab. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm all for it, man. Like, I totally respect rehab. You guys saw, if you were watching me on this challenge, you saw I was in rehab for like a week or two. So, yeah. If you start to lose yourself emotionally, you gotta ground yourself. Whatever it takes to get yourself back under control. Yeah, we've got a lot of consolidation around this level. A lot of consolidation here. Still pretty low volume overall. Up 32 cans of soup. Oh, man. That's a lot of soup. Yeah, this is I'll tell you what, though. This is watching paint dry, waiting to see if this breaks or not. By the way, I didn't really talk much about it, but yesterday I did end the stream right at 9, and I totally think it was the correct decision. Right? Whenever I saw I was starting to go on tilt after that big loss that I had, followed, well, not big, but like almost a big loss that I had, followed by me timing the entry correctly and getting shaken out right before the move. That was, I could feel myself starting to get emotional. So I did leave yesterday right at 9, and I think that was totally the correct call. All right, because the only point of me sticking around past 9 was to look for potential trades after 9. And if I identified that I might have been on tilt, probably a smart decision to walk there. Evo Gene's subsidiary, bio, blah, 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 exclusive, blah, 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 licensing agreement with Shanghai Leeson. Deal terms were not disclosed. Yeah. No, EVGN, it's like, you're saying all the dangerous buzzwords for me. So, Shanghai deal. Wasn't it a Shanghai? Yeah, Shanghai deal with an Israeli company. Like, you're really showing some of the most dangerous rug pull candidates working together. It just sounds like something that's got my red flags going up. Gree. I can take a look at Gree. I haven't seen it. Ooh. Okay, okay. Good call out, Gree. Yeah, okay. Reiterates full year 2025 financial results, strengthens balance sheet. Okay, this is like nothing. Yeah, this is like a nothing catalyst. Yeah, they filed a prospectus like 5 days ago. They filed one for a secondary offering. So, yeah, you can see here too. This is when they filed it. Immediately tanked. We've got news coming out here. I'm calling it now. This thing's gonna end up rolling over hard. My suspicion is that they're still diluting. They're using this to pop it up so they can pump it, or they can dump it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and I just got it. I got my scanners on it now, so I would have taken 3 minutes to find this stock. You found it the first minute. Honestly, I'm more hesitant on Israeli stocks than Chinese at the moment. Yeah, no, yeah. Israeli stocks seem like they have been rugging, honestly, just as much, if not more, than Chinese stocks. Yeah, I'm really worried about Gree with this daily chart. Knowing that they announced a secondary offering right here just 5 days ago. And now they're giving news to pop this up. It feels like they're just going to sell into this. We'll see. You got the 1 minute high, so 285, 307. Also, this news catalyst is very just nothing. They're just reiterating the results. Yeah, EVTV is still in this range. Oh, if this goes up, fair enough. I thought this would have rolled over immediately. It's at least showing more life than I expected. Candy is in green. 36 CNET win. Cent win. Okay. How do you get 38? I guess he bought on this. Good stuff on him. I don't really trust this stock right now, given its history. Its recent history. He's the greenest on Wall Street. Yeah. Yeah, what's Candy up right now? I mean, I'm guessing he's up, right? If he made 36 cents on that. Total gain 36 cents. So, oh, is that all he's made? He's only taken that one trade. Oh, that's all he's up. Okay, I mean, hey, he's doing better than me, all right? So I can't even criticize him. EVTV looks like it's rolling over a bit. It's retesting this low. Be interesting to see how that ends up working. Yeah, Gree's ranging a bit. No range on EVTV. Honestly, you're actually so right about that. I didn't really look at that too much. Yeah, this looks like it has good range, but if you look at the actual cent values, this thing's only ranging like 10, 15 cents. You're not getting good value for your dollar you're putting in. Realistically, looking at this pattern, if this was in the 270s, I would expect this to be like a 25, 30 cent range. It's half of that. Yeah, this is not moving very much. Very true. It's a good observation. Okay, agree. There's the knife. Could ELPW be the one? No, this is not the one. No, I mean, for me, it's too late. Too late in the move. Right, this has already done all its action. Oh, it's this stock too? Oh, no. No, I don't want to mess with this one. Definitely not. This one's way too suspicious. I trust GRI more than I trust that one. Yeah, Bobby gets it. Heck no. No, thank you. Total backside. Yeah, Greek has a lot of headwinds to it, so I'm a bit worried about it. ELPW is a friend of EVAN. It's a friend. It's one way to put it. I'm still bearish on Gree. I've been bearish on it this whole time. I'm surprised it made this first leg. Although it has made good bounces, right? You had this bounce. When it broke down here, you had another bounce. When it did this leg down, it did bounce. So this, in its defense, it is bouncing pretty well. Right? This isn't just a normal rug pull where it's just rugging and dying. It is actually having some action with it. Okay, Pavam did break that critical level, but it's not really doing anything. Why don't I trade market open? I do. Like I said, I have like 4 different strategies I use. I'm only showcasing the pre-market strategy where I'm buying on the backside most of the time. But yeah, I have multiple strategies. Believe it or not, my main source of income doesn't come from day trading pre-market small caps. Believe it or not. This is more like a side hustle I'm trying to get better at. But yes, I do trade market open. Such a slow day. Yeah, Pavem's just kind of holding there. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. I guess we're just waiting for the top of the hour. Hopefully we get something. I'm not really expecting anything, I'll be honest. I've kind of accepted my fate that today is going to be a no-trade day. We'll go ahead and play a nice little song again here while we're just waiting. Can I don't think I can actually. Okay. So I was before I play it though, I am thinking about trying to get some other music on here. I was looking into AI generated music more, and apparently their pricing is pretty fair. It's like $9 a month, and then you can generate a whole bunch of music, and all of that music is your copyright. So I might look into doing that, because while I do like having 1 or 2 songs here, I would like some extra songs. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play this, and we'll just wait for the top of the hour here, I guess.
Yeah. 7 a.m. screens are bright, I'm locking in. Respect the chat, let the show begin. I'm blazing trails, cutting through the tide. Just here to show you what's on the inside. I'm the captain, watch me trade. I'm doing it my way, the path I've made. Don't take my trades, don't do what I do. Just Flip-flops with me. It's a total vibe. Suppers everywhere, let the rhythm guide. Nutritious and delicious soup is a sign. Today the soup is yours and mine. The captain is on deck. What the heck? He's gonna get your feet wet. Don't spill the soup while I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm the captain, watch me train. I'm doing it my way, the path I've made. Don't take my traits, don't do what I do. Just showing what is possible for you, for you.
Ooh. All right, so guys, remember how I said that Gree was likely going to be a dilution hit? Let's take a look at Gree and let's see what it looks like now. So you remember when I said Gree looked like it was going to be dilution in a rug pull? It looks like Gree may just have been a dilution and a rug pull. I know, crazy. I can see the future. So I'm glad I was skeptical of this. It looks like I was correct in hindsight. Dang. Yeah. But yeah, so technically, because that was made, and I looked into it, because that song Flip Flop Made wasn't licensed, technically I can't use that song. So especially once I monetize, I can't use that kind of stuff. But if I make a partnership account, then I can actually make music and it will be mine. So once we do actually get more momentum going, I would be down to make just a handful of songs like that. Just to kind of get the mood up. I'd be down to pay like $10 just to do that. Captain is insider trading, confirmed. Yes, of course. No, but I mean, it looked obvious to me. Like, this company just announced a few days ago that they were doing a secondary offering. And then they put out this news. Like, the odds of this rugging were very high. I'm quite frankly honest, it even did this little bit of a pop. Maybe they let this pop up just to get longs interested in the stock before they rugged it. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like it was definitely a trap. But yeah, I'll give it 5 minutes like normal, see if we get any other stocks on watch. Otherwise, I'm going to take the no trade day and take my passive income and run. We'll see if we get anything. Okay. HIMS. I recognize this name. I don't remember what, though. Is this Chinese? No. Okay, I recognize hymns, but I don't remember why. I recognize this name. Yeah, if you guys want, join the Discord and you can get the song. You can download it there. Link should be in the description. Yeah. Let me look into hymns. Hymns and hers health. Okay. No recent dilution. That's good. No, not him. Hymns with an S. Super high float though. They had news at the hour, so this does have news. awful daily chart. Look at this daily. This stock has just been getting beaten up. I don't like the higher float, I'll be honest. Not liking that. They got a pretty clean shelf registration though, so I'm not too worried about dilution. Definitely feels like you've got big headwinds. This could just be a relief bounce, if anything. I don't think I want to mess with it. Yeah, it's just too high of a float. I can't really engage with it. Unfortunately, it looks like we got nothing else. So I'm probably just going to call it here. Let's see, what's this? No, probably not going to mess with that either. Okay, yeah, I'm going to call it here. No trades for me today. I'm happy that I was at least able to be disciplined and recognize that there was no good opportunity. Hopefully we get something better tomorrow. If you haven't already and you liked the stream, maybe consider subscribing. I do stream every day. Usually I take a trade like... I mean, I had a no-day trade day on Friday, but other than that, I've been trading basically every day. So, unfortunately, yeah, it's just... doesn't seem like there's anything worth trading, so I'm not going to force it, especially after a red day yesterday. Better to remain solid and live to trade another day. You guys all have a good rest of your day.